Now, I want to bring in my guests here, Etsy Rowe and Angela Starr, and I was talking before about content creators, right?
Yes.
So we are here as the legacy media,
Yes.
which makes us sound really old, but under these tents. But there have been so many of content creators like yourselves here. First of all, tell me why you've been following it from the beginning.
Yes.
Why was it important for you to follow this case?
I have been invested just because he's such a cultural icon, and I think people don't really focus on that he is this huge media in hip-hop, in pop culture, from the 90s to Biggie to Making the Band, 1, 2, and 3. So he's definitely put his fingerprint on pop culture. So he kind of like raised me a little bit. Like I kind of grew up on him. So I've always been invested.
And that's how you feel as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's just Diddy is just like, come on, it's Diddy. You know, I think Puff Daddy's always been that one person that, like, it doesn't matter your cousin, your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother will still know who Sean Puffy Combs is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And what was your reaction to the verdict? I mean, we've all been waiting, and it's not been that long a wait, actually. And the jury went home last night saying they couldn't reach a verdict on the more serious charges, coming back this morning. What's your reaction?
For me, I thought the RICO was a bit of a reach just because they didn't have enough evidence.
That's a racketeering conspiracy.
Yes. I think when people think of that, they think of organized crime, mob bosses, things of that nature. However, I am a tad bit surprised about the human trafficking with Cassie. I thought that they were going to get him on that. So that was definitely a surprise for me.
What about you? I mean, also you were both inside court as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we were inside, and I'm not surprised at all. I knew that he was just going to get hit for the prostitution. I mean, like, you have a list of all of the workers that were there, Anton and Jules and this person, and they've been paid out. It's like you can't deny that charge, but I think all of the other charges were a bit kind of sketchy, honestly.
I mean, in terms of, what he has been found guilty of, he could potentially face some time in jail. We'll see. We don't know yet. We're not at the sentencing stage yet. Do you think that could have a huge impact on his career? I mean, there's an argument that his image is damaged, but I wonder...
It already has.
Yeah?
I absolutely think it already has. I think that with all of the details of things in this case and it being so heavily archived and covered, it definitely has had a big hit on his image. And then it coming right after him assaulting Cassie and dragging her back into the hotel during a freak-off absolutely already has.
I mean, that video was the sort of the centerpiece of the prosecution's case. That was a harrowing watch, and I want to know what you made of that and what you made of the prosecution's case generally.
I mean, just actually seeing it and then coming to court and hearing the details behind what happened before that incident and what happened after and who was waiting in the room afterwards, it just made it even more grand, and I think that he's definitely guilty for that, for sure. And like she was saying, Diddy's just so legendary, and I think at this point his image is tainted, and when you think of Diddy now, you think of the baby oil.
You've got the baby oil with you.
You gotta have the oil. You
gotta
feel
be
me?
the
Like, you got it.
Well, it was interesting. The defense made this whole thing about Mark Agnifilo was his very sort of like animated lawyer. When he gave his closing arguments, he was folksy, he was sarcastic, he was laughing. He was saying, "Oh, the police went in and took all the baby oil. The streets of New York are now safe." Sort of making a point that this is his private life. This has nothing to do with anybody else. Did you look at it in that way at all?
I think that the prosecution focused too much on the freak-offs and the sex and things going on within his private life. So I do agree with them on that. However, I do think that the defense made a good job in kind of relating to the jury and explaining it in layman terms and simplifying things.
I think the prosecution did a great job at really talking to people like normal, like Hey, listen, guys, we all know everyone does this. Everyone flies some out. The defense. Everyone does this. Everyone flies someone out some part. You know, everyone, when you do drugs, come on, you're going to share it. Like, that's not a crime. If there was a crime, we'll all be in jail. And I think that kind of hit home with a lot of people, and I think it may have hit home with the jury.
In terms of the work that you both do, you have your own TikTok, right?
TikTok, Instagram.
And Instagram. How many people are watching you both? How many? What are your figures like?
I mean, it's a few thousand people, and definitely, people have definitely we've gained momentum from this trial. Just being in court and coming here every day, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning if we want to actually be in the court, sometimes 8, 9 o'clock just to be in the overflow room. It was a sacrifice that we have made in order to kind of be the first to hit the streets and to deliver the news to the people.
I was going to say, you taking our jobs away, but no, but there is an audience
for you guys,
right.
But there is an audience for us, and I think that we complement each other because there are some people who do want to hear it from a bit more relatable sense as opposed to a traditional news outlet. But you guys are fantastic. We cannot do what you guys do. Trust me.
Yeah, I didn't tell you to say that either.
No, for sure. She did it. But yeah, I think there's room for all media, the new media, the legacy media. I think they complement each other.
The other element that I want to get into this is race. So there were suggestions, and I saw this when I covered the R. Kelly trial, and actually in that example, RICO was successfully used against him. There were suggestions that as a black man, there was this attempt to take him down. I wonder how much you can speak about that. Like, what is your view on that particular sort of accusation, I guess, he was making, and that the women were just out for a payday as well?
I think we're all aware of the injustices that happen within the legal system regarding black people and how we are charged easily, how we usually get more time, and things of that nature. However, I do think that just because you are black doesn't mean that you should be able to get away with a crime.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, R. Kelly actually mentioned that too in his defense, but yeah. I think is this what you would agree with as well, Angela?
Yeah, R. Kelly needs to be in jail forever, under the jail, honestly, in my opinion.
He's in jail for a long time.
Yeah, in my opinion, I feel like it's a bit different. In R. Kelly's situation, I didn't feel like it was taking a black man down. I felt like it was taking a pedophile down, and they need to be down. In Diddy's case, I do feel like a lot of people do believe that they're taking another powerful black man down, because in reality, a lot of people in the industry are doing the same thing and worse. But that does, like she said, it doesn't justify the crime. The crime is the crime, and if you commit the crime, you need to do the time.
I think also a key aspect of this crime is that most people, everybody here is grown. They are of age. They are 20s, 30s, and up. And there's no minors involved as well. And I think where they got the human trafficking off is because they both seem to be more so consenting.
Well, this was the defense's argument, wasn't it? So the cross-examination of Cassandra Ventura, she was the prosecution's star witness. It was pretty brutal, that defense.
Yeah.
They basically said that it was consensual. They showed all these text messages, didn't they, in which she said she wanted to participate in the freak-offs. What was it like watching that particular cross-examination?
It was pretty rough. I had to take a break a bit. It was very graphic. Especially the parts where they were talking about urination and the antibiotics not working because of all the sores. She kept on taking them, then they stopped working. So it was definitely pretty rough, but I think that she was the strongest case, and I think that maybe they should have saved her for last. Yeah, and not have Jane in it at all.
I mean, she was heavily pregnant as well. I think that's why they wanted Cassandra to sort of get through it, right?
She was.
But Jane was that was a pseudonym. We don't know who Jane was.
No.
Exactly. Just let you know, I'm sure it's not picking up, but it's so kind of chaotic here, isn't it? I feel like this is New York, right?
It's crazy out here.
You're both from New York.
We are both New Yorkers. Both from New York. It has been insane. I'll tell you how it went. So the beginning of the trial, it was crazy like this. Then it kind of died down a little bit in the middle, and these last 1 to 2 weeks has been the most craziest. Crowds everywhere. The energy is just intense.
I think just outside court as well, there was, we're standing over here, so we're not too far, but there was almost a sort of face-off between a lot of content creators. You've got the pro-Diddy crowd, the anti-Diddy crowd. Can you sum up a little bit what it's been like in that respect?
Oh, absolutely. There's definitely pro Diddy. There's definitely anti Diddy. There's also some people that a lot of them are actually like neutral and just want to tell it the way
that's what you both
it's
have been
being
doing.
told. Yes, just telling the facts the way it needs to be told. But we're all human beings, so there's going to be people that resonate with the victims, and there's going to be people that resonate with Diddy.
I do think the pro Diddy supporters are more vocal. They're more like this guy right here. This is it. They're loud. They're boisterous. But just because you're loud don't mean that you're right. You know.
I feel like you can handle your own though.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Have you like what has been the reaction to you from those people that do take an opinion on it?
Well, we've been trying to get both sides and just see where they're coming from. A lot of them just feel like this case isn't strong. The evidence isn't strong. What they overcharged him was a big one that people were saying, and they're saying, well, all the rappers do this. All of them fly out women to engage in sexual acts. What, is all of them going to get the RICO? So that has been their main point.
Just if you're just tuning in now, I'm here with Etsy Rowe and Angela Starr. They are both content creators. They've been following the Diddy trial from day one, 7 weeks. We're into the 8th week. They are part of this sort of big ecosystem of media that's here covering this extraordinary, high-profile, high-stakes trial. Sean Diddy Combs being found at 5 charges he was facing. He has been found not guilty on 2 of those charges. And well, I need to kind of refresh myself because obviously it's all a bit chaotic. But he has been found not guilty and guilty. It's a mix of charges. But he was found not guilty on racketeering conspiracy, which is the most serious charge. He was potentially facing life in jail. And inside the courtroom, his family have been in and out, haven't they? They've been. Have you seen the family?
They've been there. We were actually sitting, our very first day we lucked out, we were actually sitting in the courtroom right behind the family.
And so tell us who his family are exactly. He's got 6 children and his mother was there.
6 kids. We have the mom. We have Justin Combs, Quincy,
and
Christian.
Justin Combs and Quincy and Christian, his sons, are also in the music industry, right?
Yes, they are. They're all in the entertainment industry.
Well, King Combs is. One is. Yeah.
I think Quincy releases music too. I think.
Well, Quincy's father is a legendary artist, but he himself, I don't believe, is a musical artist.
The family have left court, but we understand that they will be returning at 1 p.m. And that is because the defense have made a case for him to be released on bail. They've tried it many times before, saying he should be allowed out on bail, and they're making that argument today. There is a potential, if it's successful, there is a chance that Sean Diddy Combs could walk out of the courthouse today. What would that be like?
Crazy, because here's the thing. It's hard to explain to people what the energy is because there's no phones allowed. There's no electronics allowed, guys. They take all of your electronics, your AirPods, your earbuds, your smartwatches, everything. The government is not playing. So for people to actually now be able to see how he actually looks, I think is going to be like, whoa, it's going to be pandemonium.
It's really strange, isn't it, when you do go, and especially if you're content creators like yourselves, that you go in and all your electronics are taken away from you. You're not allowed cameras in there.
Yeah.
Like, what's that like?
You want to so bad capture the fact that Diddy has like this full-blown gray hair. And you're like, oh my gosh, it's like Diddy Grandpa Santa Claus. I've never even imagined something like this. And you're describing it to people, but it's something like a personal experience. And I think that's what became addictive to us, is like just having this one-on-one experience, which is this is a legendary court case, and just to be able to be involved and be a part of it somewhere or another, it's like.
And you're sticking with it until the very end, until the sentence.
We've been consistent.
I'm waiting to see Diddy bop out of here. If he does, that would make my day.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for talking to BBC. That's Etsy Rowe and Angela Starr, 2 TikTok creators, Instagram as well, talking to us after the verdict was delivered in the Sean Diddy Combs trial.